you tired of waiting for the perfect moment to chase your goals? Tired of feeling stuck, unmotivated, and like you're falling behind while everyone else is moving forward? Then this video is for you. Today, we're diving deep into the truth about success, what really separates high performers from the rest, and why showing up every single day is the game changer you've been missing. If you're serious about personal growth, discipline, and becoming the strongest version of yourself, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that's designed to push you forward. Let's go. Success isn't some lightning strike of brilliance or a lucky break that falls into your lap. It's the slow, consistent drumbeat of effort, repeated day after day, long after the excitement fades. Champions, whether on the field or in life, aren't separated from the rest by talent alone. What defines them is their resilience, their refusal to stop showing up when others lose heart. It's in the early mornings, the late nights, the quiet moments of resistance to comfort, where greatness is forged. The myth of overnight success has seduced too many. People see the highlight reel and forget the unseen hours of sweat and solitude behind the scenes. They forget that legends like Kobe Bryant practiced before sunrise, not because he felt like it, but because he made a decision to outwork everyone. The true test isn't how you perform when you're motivated. It's what you do when you're tired, uninspired, and everything inside you screams to quit. There's an unglamorous truth behind high performance: consistency without applause. It's not the viral moments that shape who you become. It's the commitment to move forward without recognition. Those who master this mindset become unstoppable, not because they don't face resistance, but because they've learned to move through it. They've chosen to make the hard thing the default thing. You don't need to be extraordinary to begin, but you must be consistent to become extraordinary. Every rep, every page, every early start stacks like bricks in a wall. The difference between those who rise and those who remain isn't raw potential. It's the decision, repeated endlessly, to keep building when no one's watching. That's where real transformation begins. You have the power to decide, right now, that you won't wait for ideal conditions to take control of your life. The weather won't always be perfect. Your mood won't always be right. But progress doesn't belong to the comfortable. It belongs to the consistent. The truth is, you're going to wake up some days feeling like quitting. There will be mornings when your bed feels like a refuge and your doubts feel louder than your dreams. But those moments aren't signs to stop. They're invitations to grow. The grind is the growth. True development doesn't happen when everything aligns perfectly. It's forged in the fire of resistance, in the quiet victories of discipline. When you rise and push forward despite the internal chaos, that's where your future is shaped. Too many believe success is luck, timing, or natural ability. But the reality is that the people you admire have simply learned how to show up when no one else does. They've trained their minds to act without waiting for permission from their feelings. There's a truth you need to hold close. Quitting is the only guaranteed failure. Falling is part of the journey, but rising, again and again, is what builds the unshakable. You don't become great by skipping the hard parts. You become great by moving through them. The champions of any field aren't the ones who never struggled. They're the ones who refuse to stop climbing. Action taken in discomfort is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Progress isn't linear, and it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to keep happening. Even the smallest forward step is still movement. Inch by inch, choice by choice, you're building a structure stronger than motivation alone. Momentum. Every day you choose to act, even imperfectly, you're laying bricks toward the life you crave. But the moment you let comfort dictate your actions, growth halts. And growth, more than anything, is what transforms potential into purpose. So yes, life will test you. It will challenge your resolve, break your routines, and throw doubt into your path. But the real question isn't whether you'll be tested, it's how you'll respond. Will you fold, or will you rise anyway? The future you want isn't hidden behind motivation or convenience. It's built on the back of your willingness to keep showing up every single day, no matter what. Every single day is a fresh chance, a clean slate, to move the needle, even if just a little. Progress doesn't wait for the stars to align, and success doesn't knock on the door of those who hesitate. You don't need permission to start. You need a decision. The decision to rise, to act, to take control of what's within your reach. You already hold the tools, the ability to choose, the strength to endure, the will to persist. But none of that matters if you don't show up. The biggest barrier isn't the difficulty of the task, it's the resistance before the task even begins. That invisible wall between intention and action is where most dreams go to die. But the moment you commit, the moment you take that first step, the resistance loses its power. Showing up isn't just a physical act. It's a statement, a declaration that says, I'm here, I'm ready, and I'm not backing down. It's the spark that lights the fire, the gateway to momentum, and the most important promise you can keep to yourself. So ask yourself, why wait? What exactly are you waiting for? Circumstances won't always be favorable, your mood won't always cooperate, but the process doesn't care how you feel. It only cares whether or not you start. The secret isn't buried in some self-help book or hidden behind motivation. It's right in front of you. Do the work, trust the process, and repeat. That's the formula. And if you can commit to that, truly commit, then success is no longer a matter of if, it's simply a matter of when. There's no secret tunnel to the top, no elevator to greatness. There's only the staircase, and every step is earned. Champions aren't immune to fatigue, frustration, or doubt. They just keep climbing. While others look for shortcuts, they put one foot in front of the other and grind it out. The truth? Winners aren't born, they're built. And they're built in the quiet, lonely hours when no one's watching. If you want to join them, there's only one rule. Show up. Today, tomorrow, and the day after that. No matter what. Here's the paradox most people never realize. The more you show up, the less resistance you face. It's not that the work becomes easier, you become stronger. Each time you choose discipline over comfort, you're reinforcing a part of yourself that thrives in discomfort. It's mental weight training. At first, it feels impossible, but repetition builds resilience, and that resilience becomes your superpower. Eventually, what once felt overwhelming starts to feel like just another part of your routine. Not because life got lighter, but because you got heavier. When the temptation to give up starts whispering in your ear, pause, breathe, and remember why you began. The dream you're chasing, the version of you you're trying to become, that vision exists for a reason. This isn't about instant gratification or chasing dopamine. This is about the long game. The true reward isn't just what you gain, it's who you become in the process. Growth doesn't shout, it whispers. And those who stay long enough to hear it are the ones who transform. And don't ever fall for the lie that you're the only one struggling. Every person you've ever admired has fought through invisible battles. The greats? They've all had days where self-doubt nearly won. What separates them isn't perfection, it's persistence. The decision to show up in the dark with no guarantee is what sets them apart. You don't need to start at the top. You just need to start and then never stop. Where you finish has nothing to do with luck and everything to do with staying in the race. There will be days when everything feels like it's unraveling. Progress will feel invisible. But growth doesn't always announce itself with fireworks. Sometimes it's quiet, like a seed pushing through the soil. Keep watering it, keep showing up. What feels like stagnation now is often the foundation being laid for something massive. The harvest comes, but only if you don't walk away before it arrives. Life isn't meant to be easy, but it's meant to be yours. You have a choice every day, to lean into the excuses or to rise above them. And when you rise, even on the days when you're not sure you can, you become the architect of your own transformation. Don't wait for life to hand you the moment. Create the moment. Build the habit. Become the person who shows up, no matter what. That's where everything changes. Let's get one thing straight. The world owes you nothing. It doesn't promise fairness, it doesn't guarantee ease, and it certainly doesn't hand out success just because you want it. But here's what it does offer: a chance to earn what you desire through effort, consistency, and the decision to show up, especially when it's inconvenient. No one's coming to give you permission. There's no perfect moment waiting around the corner. If you're waiting for a sign, this is it. The time isn't someday, it's now. And if you want more from life, it starts with one simple act: showing up. Because this journey, it's not just about the finish line. It's about who you become mile after mile, day after day. Every time you choose to show up when it's easier to stay down, you're reshaping yourself. You're becoming the type of person who doesn't break under pressure, who doesn't run from discomfort. You're forging a mindset built for longevity, a version of you who can endure, adapt, and rise. And that version? That's the one who earns success. not because it was handed to them, but because they were relentless in pursuit of it. So the question you need to ask isn't, can I do it? But rather, will I show up for it? Will you put in the reps, day in and day out, even when the applause is absent and the results feel distant? Will you commit when motivation disappears and all that's left is discipline? That's the real separator. Talent may open the door, but consistency walks you through it. And if you can show up, not once, not sometimes, but always, you've already outpaced the majority. Because most people never even start, and of those who do, few stick with it long enough to finish. You have everything you need. The question is whether you'll use it. Life is waiting, not to hand you anything, but to see if you're bold enough to take it. Your goals, your future, your potential, they're all within reach. But none of them matter if you don't take the first step and then keep taking it every single day. Show up when it's hard. Show up when it's boring. Show up when it feels like nothing's working. Because that is when the shift happens. That's when momentum builds. And that's when you start becoming the person you were always meant to be. The truth is, the hardest part is simply starting. That first step, the one from hesitation into motion, feels like the heaviest. But once you take it, something begins to shift. You stop waiting for perfect conditions, for the stars to align, or for inspiration to strike like lightning. You stop putting your future on pause. Because here's the truth. The perfect moment doesn't exist. The only perfect time is the one you create by choosing to act. The power of showing up every day isn't just in what you do. It's in the message you send to yourself. It's a vow. No matter what stands in front of me, I will move forward. Every rep, every hour, every moment of discomfort you push through reinforces that promise. Each action is a declaration that you believe in your own worth, that you're willing to fight for what you want. Showing up is a vote of confidence in your future self. It's more than grinding through the motions. It's about building a mindset that can withstand pressure, failure, and fatigue. That mindset, it doesn't come from motivation. It comes from repetition, from the choice to keep going when most would stop, from looking in the mirror and saying, this effort is worth it because I'm worth it. With every step, you gain momentum, and that's where the magic starts to unfold. At first, your progress might be invisible. The effort feels high and the return feels low, but the grind compounds. Like a snowball rolling downhill, momentum builds slowly, then suddenly, and that energy, that force you created, begins to carry you forward even on days when your legs are tired and your mind is cloudy. Momentum isn't luck, it's earned. It's the reward for consistency. And once it kicks in, quitting feels like betrayal, not just to your goals, but to the progress you've already made. That's the real secret of high performers. It's not talent, it's not privilege, it's consistency. It's the quiet, steady commitment to keep showing up, especially when nothing is going your way. Some days, you'll only be able to give 60%, some days even less, but that's still better than giving nothing. The key is to give what you can and to keep the chain unbroken. Those days when you don't feel like it, they're the most important ones, because those are the days when growth is forged in fire, when you prove, not to the world, but to yourself, that you're all in. And over time, that kind of commitment changes everything. The thing about growth is that it's often invisible. It doesn't announce itself with fireworks or fanfare. It's like planting a seed in the earth. At first, all you see is dirt. But beneath the surface, something powerful is happening. Roots are stretching, anchoring themselves, preparing to break through. And just because you can't see it, doesn't mean it's not working. Progress often hides in the quiet, in the repetition, in the patience it takes to keep going when there's no proof of success yet. That silence, that's where transformation takes root. And when the time is right, everything you've built in secret will rise to the surface. There will be days when doubt creeps in, when your reflection questions the path you're walking, when your progress feels invisible and your energy feels spent. In those moments, you have to remember, showing up is the victory, not perfection, not instant results, just presence. You don't lose when things fall apart. You lose when you decide not to continue. And as long as you're still here, still pushing, still trying, you're ahead of the ones who gave up. Every comeback, every small step forward is proof that you're not done. Resilience isn't built through ease. It's built by rising every time life tries to knock you down. Life is a series of crossroads, tiny choices stacked on top of each other. And every time you choose to show up, to do the work, to push a little harder, to stay in the fight, you're shaping your future. It's not just about reaching the goal. It's about who you become along the way. That discipline you build today, that effort you put in when no one is watching, that's an investment, a down payment on your future self. The version of you that's stronger, wiser, and unstoppable is built by the daily choices you make in silence. You might be thinking, but I'm tired. I'm not sure I have what it takes to keep going. And that's exactly why you need to show up. Because discipline isn't about feeling ready. It's about being committed, even when you're not. You don't need endless motivation. You need a system that doesn't break when your emotions fluctuate. That system is discipline. It's the quiet force that doesn't care if you're tired, frustrated, or uninspired. It just moves. And the moment you start relying on discipline more than feelings, you become unstoppable. Because now, you're not working based on how you feel. You're working based on what you've committed to become. Let me know if you approve this section, and I'll be ready with the next. Discipline is the line between those who wish and those who work. It's the quiet force behind real change. Not flashy, not loud, but unshakable. It's easy to dream about success, to talk about goals and what life could be. But discipline is action. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's doing the hard thing when no one is watching. The more you show up, the stronger it gets. And the stronger it gets, the less you rely on motivation. You stop waiting for the stars to align because you realize the only thing that matters is now. Not someday. Not when things feel right. Now is the only time that exists, and the only time that counts. So when you're exhausted, when frustration creeps in and doubt starts whispering, remind yourself, these are the moments that shape you. Anyone can show up when it's easy, but the ones who win, they show up when it's hard. That's when it counts. When you push through the fog of discouragement, you're proving to yourself that your goals matter more than your excuses. You're proving that discomfort won't define you. Discipline will. One day you'll look back on this journey, and it won't be the highlight reel that changed your life. It'll be the quiet, consistent effort. The mornings you showed up anyway. The nights you kept going when no one saw. The 1,000 small decisions that said, I'm not done yet. That's the real difference maker. Not luck, not talent, just you, choosing to keep going. So what now? What will you do today? Because today is the only day that matters. The future isn't some distant hope. It's being built by the actions you take right now. Your dreams are waiting for you, but they won't chase you down. You have to go after them. You have to show up, fully, intentionally, relentlessly. You've got everything you need inside you. All that's left is the decision. To rise, to act, to show up again and again. Let me know if you'd like to roll into the conclusion. We're almost there.